You paid less for those berries, so why did half of them turn fuzzy by tomorrow? You're not unlucky. You're walking into a system that rewards long-distance sourcing, slow turnover, and rush checks. Stay with me. We're naming 7 chains where value fruit often means waste, hassle, and higher pesticide exposure on non-organic picks. I'll show you the telltale signs at Aldi, Walmart, Kroger, and more, so you stop tossing money and time in the trash. Quick favor before we move on. If you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 92% of viewers haven't subscribed yet. It's free and only takes a second, but it means the world to us. So did you subscribe already? Great. Thank you so much for your support. Now back to the video. You saved a few bucks at checkout. So why are you paying again in trash bags, lost time, and fruit you do not trust to feed your kids? That deal is a quiet tax. You think you beat the system. The system billed you later.
Now to a recall alert, the Food and Drug Administration has announced a voluntary recall of frozen strawberries and berry blends sold here in the Commonwealth. The FDA is urging customers to check their freezers and throw out the frozen berries or return them for a refund. The berries are linked to a hepatitis A outbreak linked to organic strawberries. In Virginia, the frozen strawberries were sold at Walmart under the Great Value brand.
Let's start with the part no one prices in. Spoilage wipes out the savings. Repurchases stack up. You rinse twice, sort the soft ones, pitch the fuzzy ones, and now you are back in the car for another run. Add the worry tax when the only options are non-organic on fruits that carry more residue. Cheap on the sign, costly by the end of the week. The label says fresh. The timeline says old. Long hauls from distant growers, then warehouse to warehouse. Add days you never see. Each stop is more time off the clock. By the time that clamshell lands in your cart, the fruit is already tired. Walk the route of a bargain box of berries. They're picked soft so they do not bruise in bulk. They get chilled fast to keep them from turning, then loaded into a truck. They sit in a staging site waiting for space. Then they ride again. Once in the store, they sit under warm lights that sweat the top layer. Every handoff cuts shelf life.
Consumer alert, you want to check your freezer because some frozen blackberries sold in North Carolina being recalled because they could be contaminated with neurovirus. Products sold at Walmart and Save-A-Lot stores. Good news here, no illnesses reported just yet, but if you have any of these, you're urged throw them out or return them for a refund. That recall involves 16-ounce packages of Great Value frozen blackberries and 12-ounce packages of Tipton Groven frozen mixed berries.
Blueberries are a superfood. Selection of storage is very important. When you buy them, you want to make sure they're dark all the way through. Very important. Check the bottom, make sure there's no moisture. As a telltale sign, there's decaying blueberries in there that you don't want.
It is like passing a melting ice cube from palm to palm. You still end up with a puddle. Consumer reports call out berries that grow fuzz within a day, and broad surveys score these budget chains low on produce. Add the common complaint: few organic choices on high-residue fruit. That pushes you to take what's there and hope for the best. Hope is not a plan when you are feeding kids. Now layer in the store model. Small crews move fast. Speed beats scrutiny. A quick glance from the top does not catch the patch of mold tucked against the seam or the bruised berries pressed under the lid. Those get through. You pay for them at home. There is also the residue math you rarely hear. Berries and grapes show up on widely shared high-residue lists for a reason. When fruit sits in storage for days, a lot of those residues you care about do not fade much. So the time in transit does not help you there. Low price, low choice, higher exposure risk when organic is scarce.
Old production, old growth, they've been frozen for a while, and they've, been in the distribution chain for a long time. So yeah, people should definitely be aware of what they have in their freezer. They definitely want to check those lot codes and the dates.
The imported crop is in the market. They're fantastic, especially like blueberry pancakes, blueberry, and just about anything, but just wash them and enjoy them. They're great for you.
Melissa Wright says there's no way to make the berry safe to eat. She says people who are at risk of being seriously injured by hepatitis may want to consider getting the hepatitis vaccine.
As a part of your edible landscaping, look at all the money you can save. You don't even get a full pint for $5. This is unbelievable.
Let's do the cost the way your wallet feels it. Say you buy a clamshell for a few bucks less. Looks smart. but you toss half most weeks because it turns early. That deal now costs more than one better box you finish. And then there is the time tax, extra trips, extra rinses, sorting the mushy ones from the firm ones, maybe standing at the return desk explaining why your berries bloomed overnight. None of that shows on a receipt, but you pay it. So what do you do today to dodge the trap? Skip pre-packed when you can. Loose fruit lets you pick what you'll actually eat. If you must buy a clamshell, flip it. Check the bottom and the seams for juice stains, crushed spots, or fogged film. Walk past the tall stacks sweating under hot lights. Those are stage props, not a promise. Buy smaller amounts more often instead of one big haul that dies midweek.
And when you bring them home, store them in the refrigerator right away. And remember, they're imported, so they're grown, a long ways away, 1,000 miles away. So what you want to do is buy them and enjoy them in 2 or 3 days. But never wash them before you store them, but always wash them before you enjoy them. Blueberries, one of the top superfoods that are available.
A half pint. This is not even a full pint of blueberries. A half pint for $4.99. $5 for a half pint.
And when the fresh stuff looks tired, go frozen. Frozen berries are picked at peak and locked cold fast. They blend, bake, and top yogurt without the gamble. One more cue, wait and smell. A heavy box for its size with a clean berry scent usually means less water loss and better hold. Dull, sticky skins and stained paper pads mean you are paying for a problem. Move on. And if the only option is a sealed pack, look for a recent pack date and clear air holes, not crushed fruit pressed tight against the vents. The real kicker is that this is not a one-store fluke. It's a model. Long chains, thin staffing, flashy end caps, and a race to the bottom on price while quality takes the hit. If one chain runs it this way, how do the others stack up when they copy the playbook? Now let's follow the trail across 6 more names you probably shop. The real price is not on the sticker. It's the waste, the worry, and the reruns back to the store. Freshness is a system, cold chain, quick turnover, trained eyes, not a slogan on a sign. If this saved you a spoiled clamshell, share it, and drop which store's fruit failed you this week. Like and subscribe to help us keep the spotlight on these best-kept secrets. Your comments tell the next story. Buy less, buy smarter, or buy frozen. Smaller hauls, better checks, fewer returns. Your wallet, time, and sanity will feel the difference by next week. And your fridge shelves stop being a compost starter.